What is up, YouTube? It's Upbreak. So I want to throw out a couple quick tips, kind of quality of life things. A lot of these you may have heard of, but hopefully there's a couple you haven't, and this is also going to be great for new players. I played on the Russia server for a couple months before launch of NA, and these are things I didn't notice right away, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention if you've not seen these little tips, and these may help. Let's get started, guys. Let's jump right into it. So the first one is, you got this mini map up here, right here, but right below it, you have these icons you can click on. You can actually change these out, clicking on this and kind of moving this, like the Codex event, find a party, proving grounds. You can change these up and move them so you can set this up how you want to differently if you didn't know this. Originally, I had the selfie mode was up there, so I got to change it to, I changed it to market. So the next thing I want to go into is the cursor. So we can go into your settings right here, and then accessibility. And right here, you can change the size of your cursor, and you can change the color of your cursor. So if you want to make it bigger, you have a hard time seeing it. Also, another quick tip on this is you can actually hit left control and roll your mouse up and down and change the color on the fly to test it out. Now, one reason I think this is kind of cool, let's say I got this yellow cursor. If I was playing a paladin, a lot of my abilities are gold and yellow, so this would a yellow cursor would kind of blend in with my abilities. So I think it's kind of cool to maybe use a icon color or cursor color that contrasts it, like a blue or green or something, so don't really blend in. So we can go next thing, combat outline. So I have combat outline on. We'll go back in here, and this is going to be under controls and display, under the gameplay. So we got the combat outline right here, so you can turn it on and off. So what this does, if you see me right now, I have nothing around me. I go up to these mobs. Now look at me, I got this white glow around me. Now, sometimes this can be helpful if you get a lot of like mobs around you and kind of blend in. This will help be able to show you a little better. Some people may not like the look of it, but sometimes it does show your character a little bit better to help you see your character so you don't blend in as much. Next thing is we'll go into the map right here. The map. So you got map transparency up here. You see this little sunlight thing. You got to click on it. I didn't know this. You got to click on it, and you can go up and down and change how strong it is, so you can get it how you like it. Another thing you can do is you can middle mouse click and move the map around. Now, if you do change your hotkey on your middle mouse button, let's say on your mouse or something, this may not work. I did notice that it may not work for you on that situation, but you can kind of move it so you can see your character, a little better if you want to move over here. So if you have a problem with field of view, which some people actually do in this game, you can go to your settings, you can go to video, and you can force the 21:9 ratio. Now, this does make the screen a little bit, your character slightly smaller, but you get a wider field of view, so you can see more of the areas. Some people will do this in PvP or dungeons just to see more. So that's a quick tip if you want to do that. Now, you are going to have the black bars up and down, above it and below it, I mean. So some people may not like that. I'm gonna take it back to the normal. Apply. So another thing on the mini map too, I didn't notice right away, is if you go over here and you just scroll over the tripod, and it says it right in front of my eyes, but I never noticed it. If you hit Alt, left click, you can you just teleport over. I thought originally you always had to go to your map and click, but you don't. So another thing is, when I go to your adventure tome, some people like to do this leveling up, and I didn't realize this either beginning. You have to do every dungeon on normal and hard mode. So some people, when they're leveling up, they want to go and they'll do the hard mode, and then they'll just zone out and hop back in and do the normal mode right after. It won't take long. So they don't have to come back and redo all the dungeons on normal in one big swipe. So they're kind of doing hard and normal leveling up to not go ahead and knock them out, leveling up. So that's another little tip. Also, your pet does have an inventory. So if you go to your inventory, you click on the pet inventory right here, the dog. It does have an inventory. Some people don't realize that either. So it does give you a little more inventory as well. Also, you do have a codex. If you just want to pull up some information right here, if you go to guide and you can click on codex, or it's alt D, you can go in here and just gives you some information about items and just things. Sometimes it shows you where to find items, etc. So this is something to look over if you want to check it out. And the last little tip, guys. So if you go to your abilities, you have to hit alt. So if I go, I think right, let's just try this. If I hit alt, it changes from PvE to PvP. So right here, Eternal Bleeding, when I hit alt, it changes how it works really. If you see. So when you're speccing for PvP, make sure you hit alt and you're looking at everything for PvP. When you're trying to make builds, if you're trying to theory craft or whatever. So hit alt over the ability to get the PvP effect. That's it. I hope you find something useful out of there, at least one. But for new players, I'm sure these little tips will help out a lot. Guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you around for the next one.